Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be interviewing um, this woman. She was a teacher at my middle school and high school. Her name is Megan Wilfong-Reimann, and I'm gonna have her on the show today to reminisce about my middle school and high school days. I never had her as a teacher, but I always thought she was one heck of a teacher. She was so cool, so free spirited, so positive and upbeat. And we've been Facebook friends for a couple of years. And I'm gonna have her on the show today to reminisce about middle school and high school stuff. That's all. And I think it's going to be pretty cool. And there's nothing really much to say beyond that. I'm just so excited that we're going to be talking. So, yeah, here is my interview with Megan Wilfong-Reimann. Hi, Megan.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Sorry I didn't answer.
I was
Dropped my
worried.
kid off at school. I forgot that she actually has school today, even though it's Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Th-
Yeah, very exciting.
things
So
have
what
sure
are we
changed.
chatting about? What do we get to gossip about?
Oh, well, let's see. I've known you since I was 12 years old at Bayside Middle School. You were always a cool teacher, and you were always so friendly and free-spirited, you know?
Yeah,
And
to a degree.
to a degree, yeah. It was a weird time, I'll tell you. I mean, it was like the last good run before the world got really fucked up
For you or for everybody?
for the entire world.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? Like
Well,
9/11.
before the internet came and stuff, and before
Oh,
technology advanced.
got it. So we had a little bit. I remember at Bayside. You were there. You were there the whole time I was there, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I got there in '94. What year did you get there?
You must have been a year ahead of me, I think. It was 94, 95, 92, 93, 93, 94. Yeah, 94.
Okay.
Those two years, like Manuel and were you friends with Manuel and Christian and that was that Willis Fanua's year.
Willis got there when I was in eighth grade.
Okay, so I taught sixth grade for 2 years in a row, and then I taught eighth grade.
Mm-hmm.
And whose English class were you in? Whose language arts class were you in?
Oh, God, let me think.
Was it Mr. McBreen?
No, I didn't have Mr. McBreen.
Okay,
Um,
Spalding.
no, I didn't have Mr. Spalding. I knew him though.
The other dark haired gal, I forget her name. She was really nice. She smoked a lot. Dark skinny lady.
Uh, that could be anybody.
And then there was the other lady in the eighth grade house. Because you know how they divided Bayside into houses,
Oh yeah.
and so were you there the year before it was a magnet school?
Um, maybe.
Because Bayside was just a regular middle school, not divided into houses and stuff. And then they were a failing school, so they got a bunch of money to become the magnet, school for the magnet arts. So remember how we had Jennifer Tosetti
Yeah.
and the art teacher who was my friend. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She probably you probably got in trouble in her class. Everybody did.
Who? Mrs. Lacey.
No, who?
Mrs. Lacey.
Oh, I remember Miss Lacey. Wait, hold on. Oh, was she the big black lady?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved her. She was great. Yeah, I totally forgot about her.
Yeah.
What did she teach?
She was. I'm trying to remember. I think so. Oh yeah, sewing. She taught sewing.
Sewing.
Yeah.
Okay, up for that. Well, so then the year that I got there, it was the first year that it was a magnet school,
Mm-hmm.
the arts and creative technology. And then, do you remember the tech teacher, the Hawaiian Asian-y dude, short guy?
Mr. Sakatani?
Mr. Sakatani, do you remember what happened to him?
Yeah, he had a sex tape scandal.
Do you remember how they found out?
Yes, I do. My friend Josh Tipton found the tape.
Yeah, so he had a bunch of blank videotapes that he let his students use for a project.
Yeah.
And they put him, and they were at school. And unfortunately for Mr. Sakatani, who was the nicest guy, I felt so bad for him because I really did like him.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the wrong kid found it because that mom was super involved in the school.
Mm-hmm.
She freaked the fuck out and went to the district, and so he basically got shipped back to a different state.
Oh my God. Yeah, my dad.
They were all sitting there watching porn, and he's in it.
Yeah. My dad was in the very first class he taught back in like '68.
Yeah, that's kind of trippy.
Yeah. I was just shocked. I was a sophomore when I heard about it, and I just could not believe that. I mean, I was just like, wow. You know.
So if you were a sophomore then, you were at San Mateo High School. That means I was teaching 8th grade that year.
Mm-hmm.
You were at San Mateo. Well, I went the next year to San Mateo. When like Sean Sobwaga and Nase Tonga and Saneve and all those, Johan.
Yep.
And they all went to 9th grade.
Yeah, because they were a year younger than me, and Sean and I were on the football and track team together.
Oh, you were okay at San Mateo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I was pregnant then.
I remember you were pregnant. You used to come into the class to say hi, and you were pregnant. I remember.
Yeah, to Mr. Carroll, he was cool. He was the cool. So Mr. Carroll and I left at the same time. We both left Bayside at the same time. And same with Mr. Moss.
Yeah. I know that Moss. He was an assistant football coach. Like when I was in 8th grade, I remember, and that was the last year that Buzz Williams was coaching there, and we had all the championship teams, and then we were terrible when I was playing.
Because who is the guy? Fuku? I forget it. The Polynesian dude that went off to play.
Toke Kefu.
Yeah. He went off to play like real football.
Yeah. Yeah, he did, and then at Aragon, this one kid who went to Bayside played for the Raiders for just like half a season. Manase Tonga.
That's Manase Tonga.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he went on a mission, so they're totally Mormon, so he had to go do his mission before he could come back and play.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember all those Tongan and Samoans were Mormon. I thought that was the strangest thing.
Yeah, I know.
Until I understood about like why. So I was like, wow, all these people are so big. I was this little short person and walking in and like, do you remember? He's a 6th grader. Oh my God, his name is Malachi. He was like 6'6". He didn't even fit him in the desk. I didn't even have enough desks. I had 37 students in my class. All the big Tongan Samoan kids, you know, and no one fit in the test.
What was his name?
I think it was Malachi. He was like cousins to like they're all cousins. Like John Tonga and do you remember John Tonga?
Yeah, John was on my team too.
Wait, John was on what? John didn't play football.
No, John did. He played his sophomore year, and then he never played again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be talking about different people because so it's the same one. He's the one that got hauled out of my classroom handcuffed.
Yeah, it was probably him.
Oh, I don't like the West felt bad for him.
Yeah.
I tried helping that guy anyway, but he gone. Oh.
I've seen him many times since. I've seen them all pretty much since. Every now and then, but
So
Who?
Sane.
Sane.
She was she was my center in basketball. She's the big Tongan girl. Big smile. Oh God, I probably all of them. But she's a total athlete, and she dropped out. She went to Aragon, but she dropped out. She had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
She died she's married to the same guy she had a kid with. She had like 4 kids, and she died. Actually, look on my Facebook post. You can see me and Pat Moss and Johan. We were at her hospital, like probably 2 weeks before she died. She was all skinny and frail. She has like pancreatic cancer. Left her 4 kids and her husband behind.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's sad. Yeah. God.
And then Jared Fanua. Those guys were all.
Yep.
I don't know whatever happened to like some of my Manuel Contreras.
Mm-hmm.
He's friends with Sheena Sharma.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what happened to any of those guys. And Dieter Waldman, do you remember him?
Oh God, he was a little punk when we were in elementary school.
And Ford, do you remember Ford?
Who Ford?
White kid. White skinny kid.
Probably by face I'd know him.
Yeah. But no, those were good teaching years. That was kind of a crazy time. Just in my teaching too, because I wasn't used to all the they wanted me to teach language arts and social studies and then study skills class. But I had like 36 kids in my class, and they were all either special ed, learning disabilities, or Title I kids that didn't know how to read.
Yeah. I remember when I was in 6th grade, I went to my first ever school dance for Halloween, and I was wearing a Jim Carrey mask, from that movie, The Mask. And I'm dancing with this Tongan girl. We're having a good time. Then she tells me to take the mask off, and I do, and she screamed.
And because why would she scream?
I guess she thought I was ugly.
Oh my God. Maybe you should scream back.
Yeah. I never went to another Bayside dance after that, and I waited until freshman year to ever go to a dance again.
Yeah. Well, you had almost all so in Mr. Carroll's class at San Mateo, I remember the year I went there and I was pregnant. It was great because I'd walk up and down the hallways and I'd have all my bodyguards.
Mm-hmm.
Walk around. They'd be like, watch out, pregnant lady walks through. Don't mess with her. It's kind of cute.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the first 3 years of San Mateo was great for me. I had such a great time, but senior year was a really bad time, I feel.
Yeah, what happened senior year?
Well, senior year, Mr. Douglas had gone and Mrs. McAvoy came in, and just thought she was a really mean person. And all my friends who were older, they all graduated, and
Yeah.
I couldn't really relate to the younger classes that much, especially the freshman class for my senior year. To me, that was the beginning of this generation of youngins being entitled, was that class.
Yeah. Probably, and then, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
It is interesting. It's interesting now, after teaching, I went back to Bellevue, Seattle, to teach, and that's really when I noticed it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Of the entitled kind of kids.
Yeah. There was one big advantage, though, of San Mateo High. At least we didn't have to smell any raw sewage.
Well, that's true. I wonder how many people got cancer from that place over there.
Yeah.
It was a refinery or something. What is it? It was no, sometimes. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah. But no, I remember a lot of those kids, and I see them on Facebook. Like, I don't know how many. I mean, you're probably friends with a lot of those people on Facebook too. But I saw Brittany Lorente. I don't know if you remember her.
Oh, I love Brittany. She was one of my good friends going back to elementary school. I, for some strange reason though, she unfriended me on Facebook, and I sent her a friend request again, and it's still on hold. I don't know. I guess she's really busy, but I don't know why she did that.
Yeah, she's not really on ever. Um, but yeah, firefighter. So that's pretty cool. She went to Berkeley.
Yeah, I was at her brother's wedding 10 years ago and stuff, and we reconnected. And once a year, we'd get together and have lunch.
Yeah, and Stacy McCool.
Yeah, Stacy, I saw her about 8 years ago.
Yeah. I think she just recently got married. Um, I think I saw on Facebook. She and her partner.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they got married or had a ceremony. Um, but yeah, so it was kind of fun to see all those people. And then Noriko,
Yeah.
she's a neurosurgeon, I believe, or she's in like, she went to Stanford.
Yeah, I saw her, and oh wait, did I see her?
Jocelyn,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw her at the O2 reunion.
Oh, fun. Yeah, I would go to a reunion. That'd be fun to see people.
Yeah, I went to many of them, um, starting with the 97 to like O2, and they were fun. I actually had fun at the other reunions than my own because my own didn't have very many from my class there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was fun. And, like, I wonder, Mr. Carroll, I don't know what's up with him anymore. I mean, it's been years.
I know he's in Sunnyvale.
Is he? Yeah. There was just a lot of good teachers. Like Johnny Prune, she was great. I wish I could remember the other skinny lady that I was talking about who taught history. She was really nice. Um, they were all Jason Lawson. Um,
Mm-hmm.
super nice. Yeah. And then there's another Contreras, Mr. Contreras. You remember him? He was
Uh,
that guy.
no.
He ended up. Okay, you remember the drama teacher?
Mr. Friedman, yes.
No, the girl. Um, she and Mr. Contreras ended up getting married. I can't remember
Huh.
her name, but anyway, yeah. But those are some of my best times teaching for sure. I mean, that was a crazy good coaching basketball and just all of you guys. I mean, that was a really good teaching experience.
Mm-hmm. Did you teach Frostoff girls?
I did not. I coached eighth grade, so I had them as sixth graders, then coached them as seventh graders and eighth graders.
Oh, okay.
And then I coached the one eighth grade team, but Mr. The math teacher, Mr. Chima, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chima did not like the girls. I guess they cried a lot. I don't know. He's like, I can't handle it anymore. You take them. And that was there's a couple of rough girls on that basketball team. I can't remember their names, but they'd always get in fights on the basketball court, like
Mm-hmm.
pinch them. And I remember the dad, one of them came over and with his video camera and said, I'm going to the district, you're a racist, I have it all on tape.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the guy like, I'm like the only white person in school. Like, how am I racist? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what am I racist against? I don't know. Let's see. Pick your color.
Did you coach Jenny Wordinger?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah, she was a really short girl. Her brother Matt was 2 years older than me, and he played basketball, and he was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at all my pictures of. I mean, I remember all those girls, but that one group in particular. I finished out in eighth grade, and now I went off to high school, and I went to San Mateo. And I was only at San Mateo for like 6 months because I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, good memories, right? Good times. I thought so, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, so did you move to Bellevue like right after?
had Alice, my oldest daughter, in '99, and then I moved to San Diego. My ex-husband, my husband at the time, he was a hedge fund guy or whatever, so he ended up moving his business over to San Diego. So I lived in San Diego for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then got divorced, lived in San Diego for a little bit longer, and then I came back to Seattle, where I was born and raised. My daughter was 5, 6 years old, so came back here.
Nice.
Seattle. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, he lives in Marysville. He's been there 5 years because my grandma lived there. He went out there 5 years ago to take care of her. She died 2 years ago, and
Okay.
he's still there. I went to go visit him 2 years ago, and I'm supposed to do it again. Hopefully, once the new year hits. It's pretty boring over there where he's at and stuff. But
It's not the best place to go hang out, for sure.
yeah, but he's there, and there's some good things there. I mean, he took me to a casino that was over there.
Yeah. Yeah, plenty of casinos over there, Indian reservation.
We have plenty over here in the Reading area. Haven't been to one yet. Haven't had time, but they have like prime rib buffets and everything. I'm like, oh, that's so good.
So are you gonna chat with some other people too and put something together, or what's the plan for your podcast thingy?
Oh, I always do one interview at a time and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and divide it into episodes and stuff. And yeah, I can't believe I started out the year with 44 episodes, and now I'm like at 307. I can't believe how insane that is.
That's crazy. But you have a particular niche that you like to interview, right?
Niche, what do you mean?
Like not like you like horror movie
Oh,
stars and stuff like that, right?
well, yeah. I mean, when I first started doing it, it was solely focused on that, and then it started to expand. I started having friends on. I started having not just movie stars, but also musicians, sex educators, just stuff that interested me.
Yeah.
So it's a variety thing. But yeah, I mean, it's strongly focused on horror. I mean, I had a lot of horror people on in October for Halloween.
Yeah. There's your Facebook post every once in a while. Oh.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm like the biggest horror buff in the world.
So I gotta run, but I wanted to get back to you. Sorry I didn't answer the phone on time.
Oh, it's all good. So let me tell you this joke really quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
You gotta end on a joke, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Cinderella is about to go to the ball, but she's on her period. And the fairy godmother gives her these magic tampons and says, okay, you got to be back by midnight or else they'll turn into a pumpkin. And Cinderella says, okay, fairy godmother, I will. Well, 12:30 rolls around. She hasn't shown up, and the fairy godmother is pacing around the house, angry. And then Cinderella shows up, stumbling drunk, and fairy godmother yells, where were you? You were supposed to be home by midnight." And Cinderella's like, "I'm so sorry, fairy godmother. I met this great guy and we danced all night. His name was Peter Peter."
Oh God. Yes. Yes.
I love,
You don't even need the punchline.
yeah, I love that joke.
Well, one of the many Bayside crew. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good memories and teaching for me for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Students were good. I liked all the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you take care.
You too, Megan. You are still very awesome, and I'm glad we finally got to do this. Happy holidays, and I'll talk to you again.
Okay. Sounds good. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Megan Reimann. Ain't she a sweetheart? Sorry, I mispronounced your name earlier in the show, but now I've got it down. Ryman. It was so great to talk to you, Megan. I'm so glad that we got to talk, even if it was for a short time like that. I'm so glad that we did. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.